Welcome to DIY with Di. Today's video is another fall decor makeover. I'm even wearing my fall colors. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, hit the notification bell, and let's let the fun begin. Here's another look just to give you a reminder of what my decor looked like before I started these makeovers. So I'm starting out with a pumpkin from Dollar Tree. These are the pumpkins I have every year. They're green and orange. They have glitter writing. I started making it over last year. Didn't like how it turned out. Didn't even finish the project. So this year I decided to paint it white, give it a plain background. Then I found this nice fall green yarn from Dollar Tree, and I just decided to keep wrapping it around, doing a little hot glue here and there to make sure it's nice and secure. I wrap it all the way around the pumpkin. Then I start going from corner to corner to make sure that the whole pumpkin is covered. It winds up giving it like a nice little S crisscross design on the front. So I go all the way around. Then once I'm finished, I don't know how I lost footage, but I decided there was a little too much showing, so I decided to just continue to wrap more yarn, do more glue. So now I begin with some Dollar Tree and Walmart pumpkins by taking the stems off. Then I grab a cardigan that I haven't worn in a long time, and I start cutting it. I'm going to use it for two different pumpkins. Not sure how, but I was having a lot of technical difficulties and lost some footage. I first take the big Dollar Tree pumpkin, and I take the cardigan, cut off enough so that it covers the pumpkin, and then I just continuously wrap it around, hot glue here and there, figure out how exactly I want this to look. It takes a little bit of time to figure everything out. Once I finished with the pumpkins, then I decided to make a few different braids. Some with 3 strands, some with 4 strands, some double up the strands. As you see, I'm using them to kind of give more of the lines of the pumpkin. So I wrap it around. This is the smaller pumpkin that somehow I lost footage. And on this one, I did do it a little differently. I took strips of the twisted part of the cardigan and glued it all around the pumpkin. And then I began to take different braids that I made, just using a darker gray, lighter gray, a couple different shades of gray to give it some dimension. I start wrapping it all around, gluing it from one end to the other, making sure that it's nice and secure and stays in place. Then I just clip some of the extra strings after I have it all hot glued together, and this is how it looks. Now I just grab a Walmart pumpkin, found a nice dark fall purple yarn once again from Dollar Tree. I just wrap it around continuously, add a little hot glue here and there to make sure it's secure. Since it is rounded, definitely had a little bit more of a trickier time making sure it was completely covered, using a lot of hot glue to make sure it would stay in place. Glued it down at the bottom, make sure it stayed nice and secure to finish it off. Here we go. Now, here is how they all wind up looking before I completely finish them. Now it's time to add the stems. As you see right here, I made a little bit of a stain using some brown paint and water. I'm painting some of the little wooden cubes you get from the craft section in Dollar Tree. I decided to give it more of a stain so you could see some of the wood grain. And I paint over the top of that big Dollar Tree pumpkin. Now I begin to take these wooden words that I got from Dollar Tree, trying to decide what exactly I want to put on top of this pumpkin. So I decided to go with Hello Fall, and I decided to paint it a dark purple. Now I'm just dry brushing it a little bit with some white, and then I mix the white and the purple, make it a little bit of a lighter purple, just to give it a little bit of a dimension, a little oomph. Now I'm painting one of the stems a little bit of a lighter purple. I'm going to put this on that dark purple yarn pumpkin that I made. So now I'm taking a lighter purple and just dry brushing the Dollar Tree stem, giving it a little bit of dimension. Then I take the wooden dice that you get from Dollar Tree in a pack of 3, and I'm going to use this for the big Dollar Tree pumpkin that I redid with the sweater. Once I put the sweater on it, it made the pumpkin a lot bigger and a lot thicker. So the stem that originally came on it would just be a little too small for my liking. So I chose to use the dice to put on top. I decided to grab a little bit darker purple, give it a little bit more dimension, dry brush some of it on top. And now it's time to glue on the stems. I decided to change the angle of this pumpkin, making it sideways instead of upright. Time to glue on the Hello Fall wording. Time to put the lighter color purple stem on top of the purple yarn pumpkin. Then I decided to take a couple of the cubes and put it on the back to help it stand upright. Now this is where I take the stem from the big Dollar Tree pumpkin. I use my scissors and I kind of make like a hole. I cut out some of the styrofoam because where the braid's glued at the top of the pumpkin leaves a little bit of a bump. I just make sure that it sits on there nicely and fits. I go ahead and glue it on. Then I take some of the extra braids that I had and decide to wrap it around the stem to create like a vine. I just use a little hot glue, create like a little bow. Make sure it's nice and secure. Now it's time to put the stem on the big pumpkin. Just use that little hot glue. Just hold it down, make sure it's nice and secure on there. And then I do the same with this. Take some of the braid, wrap it around a few times, make a little bow, hot glue it on there, and we're done. And here's how I decided to decorate some of the decor that I made over today. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, click the like button, and you'll be notified of when I upload more videos.